I am Professor Vikas Bhai, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Today, I am going to discuss about one of the practical of subject solid mechanics. And the title for this experiment is Experimental Verification of Lecturer Formula for Simply Supported Beam. Okay. We are going to discuss this experimental verification for the lecturer formula with the objective to find the bending moment and the radius of curvature of a beam material which is simply supported at both the ends and carry a concentrated load at the center of the span of the beam. Now we will see what happens exactly when beam which is simply supported by both the ends and which is supported by a concentrated load W at its midspan. Let us consider AB, a beam of length capital L, which is subjected to a concentrated load, or we can call it as a point load W in the downward direction at the center of the span. That means this is the point load at a distance of L by 2 from point A. So, due to the application of the load, the beam section which is AB is not non-deflected beam is undergoes due to this application of the load in the deflection, and that deflection is shown over here by yellow chart that is called delta, which is the maximum deflection occurring at the center. Now, to determine this deflection and to verify this lecturer equation, we are using two equations. That is, first one is the lecturer equation, in which we are going to equate the ratio of bending moment per unit moment of inertia is equals to the ratio of Young's modulus of the material per unit maximum radius of curvature, that is equals to stress per unit maximum distance of distinct fiber from the neutral axis. Also, for the simply supported beam, we are having the equation of deflection delta, which is equals to capital W into L cube divided by 48 ER. So, to verify the flexural formula, we are using this setup, in which this setup consists of one mild steel specimen with us, then one dial indicator. This dial indicator is having a dial indicator with reading of one complete rotation gives us the 1 millimeter deflection of the shaft. This can be mounted on the base of this plate of this apparatus by using the magnetic clutch. You can see over here the knob is provided, which gives us the fixed position of the magnetic clutch. It will not move anyhow by clamping that magnetic clutch. When you will remove this knob in this way, you can easily detach this magnetic clutch and dial indicator from the apparatus. Also, we are having the weights with us so that we can apply the concentrated load of W of any magnitude. We are having each load of about 500 kg with us. We are going to mount this load by this handle. Okay. So now I am going to show you. So to verify this flexural formula, we have mild steel specimen of 80 centimeter length. Here we have made slots of 5 centimeter each, so that we can easily demonstrate the deflection over the entire span of the beam. Okay. Now I have clamped this magnetic clutch to the base so that this dial indicator is exactly at the contact with the midspan of the beam. Now I am going to apply the load of 500 gram at the center of the span, so that as far as the our aim is concerned, we are going to apply the load of W Newton at the center of the span. So this 500 gram load I am going to apply over here at a distance of 40 centimeter. Now you can observe here the one complete rotation of the dial indicator gives us a deflection in millimeter. So due to the application of 5 gram weight, we are observing here the deflection 0.7 mm deflection we are observing here on the dial indicator. So by taking these observations in our observation table, now we will proceed further with the verification of this flexural equation. Now we will proceed further with the observations we have taken from the experimental setup. So in observation table we will have three columns. In first column we will take the reading of load in the graph that we have taken actually. Now we have to convert that load into Newton so that our calculations will be in uniform unit. So that load in Newton we have taken in the second column, and third column is representing the deflection of the dial gauge. So deflection is in millimeter we have taken here. One revolution of the dial gauge gives us the 1 millimeter reading. So from that we have taken that reading. So load here it is 500 gram we have considered, and from that 500 gram we have converted it into Newton, that is 4.905 with the deflection value of 0.7. Also from the given material, that is mild steel, we have the Young's modulus for mild steel, that is of 200 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square, and the length of the beam cross section is about 80 centimeter, that is converted into millimeter for our sake of calculation. So that is 800 millimeter. Now in the calculation part we will first define the moment of inertia for the given cross section of the beam. So to calculate the moment of inertia, we will take the equation delta, that is deflection is equals to WL3 divided by 48 EI. Here the value of delta, that is nothing but the deflection we have taken from the observations, that is 0.7 millimeter. So we are taking it as 0.7 millimeter over here to the left hand side of the equation, and the value for the W is in Newton 4.905 multiplied by length Q, that is of 800 millimeter cube, divided by 48 into Young's modulus for the steel material is taken as 200 into 10 to the power of 3, and I, which we are going to calculate from here. So by keeping I to the left hand side and 0.7 to the denominator side of the right hand section, you will come to know about the value of I, that is moment of inertia, is 373.714 millimeter raised to 4. One more is the supported beam, which is subjected to the point load at its midpoint. The bending moment is given by WL by 4. So here, by keeping the value of W, that is 4.905 multiplied by length 800 millimeter divided by 4, you will come to know about the value of maximum bending moment, that is 981 Newton millimeter. So next part is the calculation of the radius of curvature. Now you can see here, due to the application of the load W at its midspan, we will observe the deflection of the beam like this. This yellow section gives us the deflection, and maximum deflection will be at its center. So by continuing the circle with the deflected shape, you will come to know about the value of radius of curvature. So here we will take R square is equals to, that means hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus adjacent side square, that is R minus delta square plus L by 2 square. So by keeping the value of delta and the length, the only unknown part will be R. So by solving this equation, we will get the value of R, that is equals to 114286.06 millimeter. So to verify the flexural equation, we have relation between M divided by I is equals to E divided by R. If the ratio of M divided by I is equivalent to the ratio of E divided by R, then it is obvious that this flexural equation we have derived earlier, that is verified. So by keeping the values of each term, you will come to know the ratio of M divided by R is equals to 1.74, and the ratio of E divided by R is equals to 2.62. So if you go to the decimal places, if you consider this decimal places and it equals to 2, and this decimal places again we are going to equals to 2. So the equation verified by checking the given values.